Once again, we are greeted with the ghost of E3's past. Summer Games Fest is here, and with it, my obligatory predictions video. Now, before I jump in, a few notes. The PlayStation State of Play already happened, so this will be focused on the Summer Games Fest showcase and the Xbox Bethesda conference. Last year, pretty much every publisher decided to hold a separate show, and most of them were just terrible, and didn't announce anything. Luckily, it appears that the biggest announcements will be condensed into these two events. As for Indies or the Devolver Conference, I'm not even gonna try to predict them. Ubisoft and Nintendo have already confirmed they will not be a part of the shows, so keep that in mind. There's already a few games that are confirmed to show up. Modern Warfare 2, The Callisto Protocol Gotham Knights, a game from the new studio Frost Giant, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I won't be covering too many games that have already had gameplay revealed. I want to focus on unannounced titles or stuff that hasn't been shown off yet. And finally, these are ranged from guaranteed to most likely to least likely to the wild cards. Okay, enough of that. Let's dive in. Starfield gameplay. Starfield was recently delayed, but it was supposed to launch this year. Considering we haven't actually seen gameplay yet, it's a pretty safe bet it'll be here. Forza. Microsoft currently has no big AAA titles announced for holiday 2022. The new Motorsport entry was announced before Horizon 5, which released last year, so I feel confident in saying this will be shown off and probably released in the fall. Hellblade 2, Redfall, Contraband. I expect gameplay showings of these titles. Well, I'm a little less sure on Contraband, but the other two I'm fairly certain. The new Need for Speed, which is supposed to release this year, and possibly the new Dragon Age, which just got a title reveal from the Summer Games Fest Twitter. Gear 6, it's in development, and it seems like the right time. Maybe you'll get gameplay, maybe just a teaser, but I think it'll be there. Suicide Squad. I guess we already saw gameplay of this, but maybe a bit more, because that was only like 2 minutes long. It's not a guarantee since it was delayed to 2023, but Quake. I would be shocked if a Quake teaser doesn't pop up at the Xbox show. I don't expect gameplay, but I mean, it's gonna happen eventually. Skate reboots. Yep, I mean, it's Skate. Might as well. Wolfenstein 3. If not, then I expect the Indiana Jones game could get some in-engine trailer thing. Bloober's team Silent Hill 2 remake seems more and more likely to appear at the show, so... Something Kojima. Maybe Death Stranding 2 since that leaked, or maybe the Xbox Cloud exclusive that was rumored. Final Fantasy VII Remake is still not on Xbox, and I think if it's ever going to happen, it'll be announced this year. It could be at the Xbox show or some Final Fantasy 25th Anniversary showcase, but I'm leaning more on the Xbox show. Call of Duty Warzone 2 gameplay. I'd like to see Microsoft announce a revised controller for the Series X, adding more haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, just taking the DualSense stuff and throwing it in there. Phil has already said it's something they were looking into, and I figured this year would make the most sense for this announcement. Deathloop is coming to Xbox in the fall, we assume, and it's a game that supports those features on both PlayStation and PC, so it would go along very well to show off the new controller. I think Halo will show up in some form. Not a new mainline entry, obviously. At best, there could be the Battle Royale mode or a spin-off game. I know Halo 3 Remastered would be cool, but I wouldn't bet on it. If I had to take a guess, I'd say a Forge reveal. Maybe the story DLC, but I think 343 has a lot of other things they might need to work on first. Dead Space Remake. Even though, yeah, this has been shown off recently, I expect a more lengthy gameplay showcase. Avowed or Outer Worlds 2 gameplay. Probably leaning towards Avowed, though. You might remember my Nvidia leak video from a while back, and I expect a lot of those games to show up here. If you want to skip this and go back to the predictions rather than leaks, you can go to this timestamp. Okay, you gone? Okay. Goat Simulator 2, BioShock 2022. There's a lot of RTX remasters like the original BioShock, Arkham Knight, Mirror's Edge. XCOM 3, Test Drive Unlimited 3 was announced and it's coming out this year, so that'll probably show up. Monster Hunter 6 will probably be there, I guess. Crysis 4 was announced back in January, so that could be there. A new Metro game, The Maxis, Lost Astral, Dead Island Serenity, Planet Racing, New Brother in Arms, City Skylines 2, Helldivers 2, Kingdom Hearts 4. Well, I mean, that was announced, but gameplay. Total War 9. System Shock 3 is dead. I don't expect a new Destroy All Humans game to be announced because Destroy All Humans 2 remake hasn't been released yet. Wreckfest 2. Injustice 3, Mortal Kombat 12. I doubt both of these will show up, but if I had to take a guess, I'd say Injustice 3. The last Borderlands, which I don't expect here. I don't even know if it means Borderlands 4, but it could. Based on the leak, we knew that a lot of PlayStation titles were coming to PC. And while a lot of these were confirmed, it's kind of pointless to speculate now because it appears every PlayStation exclusive will come to PC at some point. But I don't know if Sony would announce it here. And that's it for the leaked game list. Those LEGO sports games that are in development under 2K. I don't know if they're ready to be shown off, but, you know, I should probably mention them. Scarlet Nexus 2. That would be cool. Atomic Hearts. That's been shown off for years with no release date, but it is a Russian studio, and they haven't tweeted anything in a while, so yeah, you can figure that one out. Crazy Taxi reboot, Jet Set Radio as well. Code Vein 2. I mean, I'd love to see it, but I have no basis for this prediction other than I would want to see it. I don't really see a company announcing more acquisitions at the Games Fest showcase. Xbox could announce a smaller independent studio, but after Activision, I'm not expecting anything. Windows on Xbox. It's something I've wanted to see for a while, but you know, there's probably a lot of reasons that won't happen, but still, it'd be interesting. Mass Effect. If Dragon Age appears, I don't expect Mass Effect for obvious reasons. Dragon Quest. You could see more of the remakes they talked about, but I don't expect gameplay of the next main series installments. I think it's more likely that Square will host another conference solely for the franchise later in the year. I'm gonna say no on anything Everwild from Rare. Reportedly, its production was rebooted, so I'm not expecting this for a few years. Fable. I think there's been slight delays in development, or at least it's not ready to be shown off, so don't expect it. Same goes for Perfect Dark. After everything that's gone on with this game's development, I would be shocked if we saw anything about it. God of War, Spider-Man 2, or any existing PlayStation announcements. Sony just had a State of Play, so it'd be kind of weird to hold your own event, wait a week, and then show off your biggest titles. This goes for any games that are console exclusive to PS5 as well. Maybe Death Stranding 2 will be here, but I think that might be it. Persona for Xbox. If it's gonna happen, it'll probably be at Gamescom. No new consoles. This might sound stupid because, well, the new consoles just launched, but it was only 3 years from PS4 to PS4 Pro, and next year would be 3 years. In the case of Xbox, announcing mid-gen refreshes a year before the fact isn't unheard of, but I think this generation is going to go a lot differently. Especially with the console shortages, it would make no sense. No Xbox streaming stick. Microsoft more or less confirmed that this project was canceled. Battlefield. Anything about Battlefield. Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo isn't a part of Games Fest, but I'm including third-party Switch games here as well, so no Bayonetta 3. Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, they could reveal the official title and location, but I expect this game to release on 11/11/2031. Alan Wake 2 will not be at the show, so sorry about that. Beyond Good and Evil 2, for just so many reasons. Yeah, that's it. That's the predictions. And I guess there's only a few days left before I look the fool indeed. So I'm going to predict that some of these will be wrong. So either way, I guess I'm right. Right?